This week on Hapless Heroes, with the interns busy preparing Frankie for the performance of his life, we turn back to our heroes who are making their final preparations for an awesome airborne adventure in the very same city.
Where are you playing hopscotch?
I don't know, in the basement.
Hello and welcome to the Hapless Heroes podcast. My name is Dave, and I will be your host and dungeon master for this evening. We're going to intro our cast, and this is for the heroes of the Kingdom of Vesh. Starting to my left, we have Zach as Paradel Lincolnwoods.
Oh, here we go.
We have John as Lord Jarrell the Light.
Did my dragon hatch yet?
To his left is Francesco as Felix Fizzlebottom.
I'm back, and I have a plan.
Woo! To his left, we have Mike as Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind.
I will lead us to glory.
And to his left, we have Massimo as the incomparable, the incomprehensible Morton Mack.
Did you guys miss me?
No.
No.
Okay, maybe a little.
Yeah,
I mean, I missed you. Did I miss
you.
more? No.
Yeah, a little bit too.
It's good to talk to the king without Mort.
No, but also yes.
I'm just saying we have to have a reprisal of the clap on, clap out, off, clap on, clap on. Oh my God, I can't.
Clap on, clap off.
Yeah, that one.
The clapper.
That outfit.
The clapper suit?
Yeah, the clapper suit.
Yeah, that no longer exists.
It sounds like a legal case.
I think what Fran was describing sounds like some sort of like light-based torture device. It's like clap on, clap still on. Honor.
Forever on.
You can't turn this off.
You now have the clap.
You can try to turn it
You're
off.
only getting rid of this with antibiotics.
So when I last left the party, we had addressed what everyone else was doing for 2 months, right?
Yeah.
We haven't addressed what Mort or Felix have been doing for the last 2 months.
Yeah, why don't we cover that real quick? And let's get everyone caught up to the current day. Mort, what are you doing for these 2 months?
Well, fellas, I gotta say I'm really sorry about that, but I got lost in that cave and I found a little well and I went for a swim and
You were unconscious.
we had you the whole time.
Yeah.
If anything, you're probably hanging out with your wife.
Look, maybe, look, he suffered a little bit of head trauma. He probably remembers it a little differently from the rest of us. Who's to say he doesn't think these things happened?
I mean, are you aware of what you slept through pretty much?
no.
Because you were out before we went down and fought the dragon.
Correct.
And you were
before that.
You were still out when we talked to the king, right?
Yes.
So we came back to town. They finished the airship. We all settled our debts pretty much, and then
Yeah, so this
2
recap is
months
essentially
later.
you're waking up now from like having slept through this whole thing in Dragonport where Magda is, right? And we have sort of like a 2-month montage of Mort while the airship is being built.
and his new pregnant wife.
Yeah, did they actually get married yet?
Let's find out.
Wait, how long have we been gone?
She's
Wait, let's do this like we just needed to catch you up, but like
Yeah, I
let's,
got you.
with that information
I'll catch
now.
myself
Yeah,
up now.
Okay. Yeah, with that information, go ahead and
Where's Magda? I feel like I haven't seen her in forever.
Well, you did leave her in this town.
Fellas, I need to go find her. Did you take care of her while I was asleep?
Is Magda?
Did she stick around? Did she run off?
No, I'm sure she stuck around because she's the sort of person who will stick around in bad situations. Because
Now I feel bad for her. Oh, I already felt bad for her.
Well, I've been
now it's not so much a bad situation, but it's definitely not a normal situation.
I've been asleep dreaming about her for this entire time, and I just can't wait to get back to her
okay.
And not make physical contact.
and not make physical contact. I've been dreaming and plotting on a way that I can speak with her about getting more serious in our relationship.
By getting married?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because currently you left her
Because
just engaged.
we did establish that Mort was celibate. So
Correct.
Don't touch me.
You can kiss up on her, right?
No.
So
no
does,
contact.
Does like Mort spend the next this 2 month montage just like fucking looking for Magda
Dreaming about Magda
and looking for her in the city,
and looking for her in the
Okay.
city,
There's no
which is
smooch in
probably
that?
like no smooch.
which means that he'd probably
I'll
have
blow a kiss maybe.
he probably would have found out at this point then that Quinn is famous.
Uh-huh.
Right.
I'm pretty fucking famous now.
So you would have found out a few things. So one, you've been searching for Magda for 3 weeks now and have not been able to find her. You've been able to find all sorts of things that the band that was formerly known as Frankie Wild and the Wild Bunch, who ditched him months ago, has been touring. They're coming to town in a few weeks.
And we know the name Frankie Wild because that's one of our interns.
It's also my favorite artist.
Oh.
Yes. So the Wild
makes
Bunch,
sense.
sans Frankie Wild. Oh, I love this development, and I hope you run with it as far as you can because this is going to be great.
They don't even like take Frankie Wild out of the band name. They just still call it Frankie Wild and the Wild Bunch without Frankie
they're
Wild.
yeah. Actually, you know what? That sounds perfect. Frankie Wild and the Wild Bunch minus Frankie Wild.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's Hootie and the Blowfish, and the Blowfish died many, many, many years
Yeah,
ago.
Leonard Skinner too. Leonard died a long time ago.
Usually, if you have such a setup
Leonard
as Frankie
Skinner.
Wild and the Wild Bunch, you can just call them the Wild Bunch.
You
Right.
could, but I feel like they would take that more roundabout way to get there.
They also wouldn't be wild without Frankie Wild. So they're just a bunch.
Yeah. Like,
And that doesn't sound cool. Nobody would go to that concert.
I see them very much as normal, but also very weird. Kind of, they're sort of like Spinal Tap. We're-
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah. That say no more.
Like everything gets really bizarre around them, but on their own, they're not individually weird people. But weirdness sticks to them.
How much more bizarre can they get?
None more.
None more bizarre.
Yeah.
That's a good band name. They should.
They're
just call
really
themselves
starting
that.
to feel really good that they have somehow ejected the career albatross that is Frankie Wild from their midst and are touring relatively successfully with their paradoxical band name.
But okay, so now I'm gonna pose this question knowing that we're gonna probably find the answer out later.
Yeah.
But the fact that like the interns were preparing Frankie Wild to perform with the Wild Bunch here in Dragonport, but
Yes.
like this show is still being billed as just the Wild Bunch.
Yes.
Or just the bunch.
So like
The Frankie Wild and the Wild Bunch minus Frankie Wild.
Plus Frankie
Ooh, I
Wild.
like that. That's a good band name.
Yeah.
minus Frankie Wild plus Frankie Wild.
Yeah, minus Frankie Wild with special guest Frankie Wild. Will eventually be how the posters go up 2 weeks from now.
Frankie
Excellent.
Wild and the
Perfect.
Wild Bunch minus Frankie Wild
with special
with
guest
special guest
Frankie.
Frankie Wild.
Frankie Wild.
Okay.
Mort's been dreaming about this concert his whole life.
I feel like that has to be the episode title of next episode.
Oh yeah, I hope I don't hit the character limit for like the name of you know?
I was running over these kind of events in my head, and what I thought was going to happen has nothing on how good this episode is going already. We're in a very good place here.
Okay.
This makes me super
We're
happy.
setting up. So Mort's been looking for Magda.
Yeah, he's been looking for Magda, and he hasn't found that, but he has found news that his favorite band in the entire world is coming to town in 2 weeks.
I got a little derailed by that. I've been just
Yeah, you're focused on the show.
remembering and trying to like commit to memory their whole discography. And like, yeah, I'm all Frankie Wild.
You don't already have it? I feel
Oh,
like
I
that's
have
something you'll already have
I
committed
have
to
the
memory.
discography.
Are you
but
getting
no.
pre-sale tickets or like what?
I need to be ready. I've had pre-sale.
Let it
What
be
row?
known.
What row?
VIP backstage meet and greet.
Oh, jeez.
And it's all just Queen songs with the name slightly changed to be D&D friendly, like Fat Bottom Dwarves and stuff like
Yep.
that.
Right.
Perfect.
Okay. So
Brighton, High Rock.
all right.
Are we gonna go on?
Ornithopter Ride.
Also, Queen is a great band, and they're officially reviewed.
We weren't singing them yet. I'm sure we'll get there.
Yeah.
just so I can establish it, I'd like to say that the last like 2+2, like like this whole time, even while you guys were away collecting all the stuff for the airship, Felix has been working on something.
Yes.
Because I realized that none of us have really taken a lot of time to properly study the gems and the orb, and since we have all of them in our possession,
Yeah.
I've spent all of my time trying to understand how all of these things are connected.
I think Jarrell gave you the Beholder's Eye, too. Were there any other dragon parts we could give to Felix? I can't remember what else we had.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We can deal with that later.
Just make sure I gave that to you.
Yeah,
so you
because
have
this is
a
also
Beholder's
before
Eye.
I saw you guys, too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'd like to know, Dave, I guess,
Yes.
a little bit about, I want to see if, Felix was able to determine anything from these things.
Okay, so what does Felix specifically do with the gems?
Well, he'd probably try to take them all out of the bag of holding and,
Okay.
have them, on, some sort of workbench or table, right? I'd probably, have, some sort of, private tent and, the Omega Project, grounds or
Yeah.
whatever. And just, arranging them on a table, trying to, have the orb on, another table, and I'm just trying to, kind of piece it all together to see if it's,
Okay.
a puzzle, see if, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to understand how they all relate to one another.
All right.
If they react to, being together.
And you do have all of them now, right?
All of them.
Okay, so as soon as the last one is taken out of the bag of holding is in real space in the same general area. And this is the first time it's happened because some of them have been in the bag of holding for a while.
Yes.
Okay. So there is a very violent clap of thunder as all of these pieces are literally sucked together.
Oh.
Really violently.
Oh.
And
Well, good job, Felix.
Very violent suck.
extremely violent sucking.
Now they're stuck.
I don't know. That that doesn't sound good, though.
Who knows if it is good? We just don't know.
I'm pleased that, something
It doesn't
happens,
sound
but-
good. Dave's doing stuff. It's not
As
a good
soon as you hear the DM rolling a bunch of die,
All right.
you know it's bad.
So you take 35 force damage
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
directly to the
right.
chest
Okay.
as you are flung out of this tent, which has now exploded.
Holy shit.
There were fantastic forces that happened when all of these things came together.
All right, I'm going to probably be wheezing a little bit,
Yes.
I'm imagining the beginning of Back to the Future where Marty McFly strikes that guitar chord.
It's pretty much exactly like that.
Do I see this happen?
I mean, this is
Everybody in
before-
the area
probably
either
not.
sees or
Well
hears it
before.
happen.
This is during.
Yeah, we're trying to catch up, I've
Yeah.
been gone for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to say that at the time, you are wandering the streets trying to track down Magda.
Just honking wildly.
Yes.
Waiting for,
It's exactly what
waiting
you're doing.
for a honk back.
It's like this strange ersatz game of Marco Polo where he just wanders around honking, looking for a response.
Sad.
Which
sounds
probably
about
was
right.
never agreed upon.
No, of course not. He's
no, that
just
was
this
like-
weird dude who's been wandering the streets honking.
No, I mean, that was the warning signal.
That was a warning signal. I don't
Yeah.
think there was ever a call and response.
From months
No,
ago.
she
Agreement,
did.
right.
Yeah, when
She
shit
did-
started
she did
blowing up,
respond.
she
Yeah.
started honking. I couldn't get to her in time.
So there is. I'm just making sure now because there is somebody who would be listening for honks.
Yes, but for the first 3 weeks, he has been unsuccessful.
Right.
Okay.
We'll cover some more of those weeks later, but I'm going to kind of cover the first little bit.
So this explosion happens. I'm going to try to just dust myself off the best I can.
Yeah,
Maintain some composure.
yeah. a
And-
little bit of ringing in your ears,
Yeah.
but for the most part, you have recovered.
And I'm just going to kind of walk over to what remains of the tent.
Okay. Scattered bits of canvas and a crater that doesn't sink terribly low. It's probably sunk about a foot down. But
Okay, yeah, but it's still a crater.
All
yeah.
the furniture in there was flattened to splinters. But at the bottom center of that crater is an orb. It's about the size of a golf ball,
Okay.
which looks like a black glass eye with an orange and purple iris.
Well, that's kind of terrifying. Okay, hold on a second.
It is also lightly smoking.
Can I pick it up with my mage hand?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so it's light. It's still light enough, and I want to make sure there was nothing weird going on with like the mass of this thing.
Yes.
And at a distance, I'm going to just like hold it out and like look at it. Like maybe I'm gonna hold it. Let's see how far I'm gonna hold it at maybe about 10 feet from me.
Okay.
So that like I just want to like kind of just spin it around, but like maintain what I believe to be a safe distance.
All right.
And just inspect it.
Okay. It now floats there in your mage hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop my magic goggles down
Yeah.
and try to discern some properties about this thing.
Okay, so when you put down your magic goggles,
Mm-hmm.
you know kind of what it's like when you are looking through night vision goggles at a light source.
Yes.
And it's blinding.
Oh my!
That's what you're seeing right now.
Oh God, I'm
Is a
blind.
Its power level is 9,000.
Red hot.
Over 9,000.
Over 9,000.
Impossible.
What? 9,000?
Anyways,
Green light.
really?
I just feel like I've been too silent for a while, so you need to chime in.
Yeah, right. It's okay. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
It is a bright red point of light that is just burned into your retinas.
Red
Tyler.
light.
I'm going to put down my bag of holding, open
Yes.
it up, and then like back away while pulling the gem. So I'm always maintaining the gem about 10 feet from me, and I'm just going to
Yeah.
drop it in the bag of holding,
It drops into the bag of holding.
and it's fine.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to just shut that, and I'm going to deal with that in a little bit.
All right.
Because I want to find somewhere safe to study this thing before I just
Hit it.
grab it with my bare hands. Yeah,
All right.
got to be smart about these things.
You do.
Good thing you're the one who has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it? Is it a good thing?
Yes, it is, Quinn.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, he knows enough not to like encounter a new, possibly magical item and just touch it willy nilly without any.
Or hit it. Or some of us would just hit it too. So.
Sure, fair.
I will.
Have it become a part of his soul and give him bad advice for dozens of episodes, probably. Who knows?
Hashtag still salty.
Hashtag he still has it. Hashtag Dave's in control of Clippy now.
Oh god.
So I would like to after I do this I'm probably take some kind, collect my things, say my toodaloos to my project friends, and try to regroup with my real friends.
Yes.
Whoa! Did they hear you say that?
No,
As
that's my
Mike,
inner
I go,
monologue.
Did they hear you
as-
think it?
As Quinn, I'm like, whatever. I'm famous now.
I know. You keep trying to steal the spotlight is how I know.
So
Whack.
over the next few weeks, you start hearing various pieces of news.
Okay.
And we'll see
Issue 1.
some true ones and maybe some questionably true ones. Because it's rumors.
Right.
All right. So things that you found out. Frankie Wild and the Wild Bunch minus Frankie Wild is coming to town. And just recently, it's been announced that it is now Frankie Wild and the Wild Bunch minus Frankie Wild featuring Frankie Wild.
With special guests.
Or, I'm sorry, yes, with special guest
Yeah.
Frankie Wild. That's better.
Okay. Okay.
So that's happening.
Okay.
Lots of people are talking about Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind. He is a big deal.
A big deal.
And you know him.
He went.
do. He's
He
my
went
friend.
viral, and it's becoming increasingly difficult to be around.
Are there
him.
like
What kind of
posters of his
viral?
face all over town of just propaganda posters of Quinn?
It's more like the local gossip rags.
Okay, got it.
And their people are definitely following you around.
What's Quinn up to this weekend? Here's Quinn at the beach. Here's
Attention,
Quinn.
yes, attention, both savory and unsavory is following you around, and it's
Well, I
And-
think the thing was that he wrote these tales very
About
well.
himself,
and so
yes.
people are just probably copying these tales. You can find copies of the scrolls.
Oh, yeah.
wherever. Right.
Almost-
almost to a level of even though my stories are already exaggerated,
These are
Right.
preposterous.
untrue, these are even worse.
And it
Right.
sounds like the people just can't get enough.
And
so.
I can't get enough.
But I thought it was
That's obvious.
I thought it was your writing was the thing.
So you're on a book
and
tour?
you're famous because of the caliber of the writing.
what is it? imitation is the best form of flattery.
It's the most sincere form of
What are we talking about?
If they're going to copy my stories,
Yes, physically.
yeah, and then publish them,
Right. They're not imitating anything. They're
But,
like,
like,
that's
but
how
they're-
like
but they're adding more to the story.
Right.
are they?
As stories
Alright.
do.
Yes.
Well,
tend
I
to
mean,
be.
it's like a
Right.
game of telephone. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Right.
it's just like,
Alright.
yeah.
Well, what were the stories like? Your erotic, like
No,
sex
it
compared
wasn't
was.
just
Oh, I
the
thought you weren't
sex
here.
compared.
So it's basically I took a bunch of scrolls and I wrote stories as if I was the hero in everything that we did. And
then he
so
threw
He still gave us a little bit of credit.
Sure. I mean, like I mentioned you guys here and there.
Yeah, we're ancillary
And
characters,
then,
but
yeah.
Here.
I mean, it's
in
you
a
know.
little bit there.
we're no prime cut.
So I put them in bottles
Yeah.
and I threw them into the ocean.
Yeah.
And
then
they all
I rolled
washed
a-
up at one
and then-
guy's dock.
Right. I rolled a D100 and I got 100 as far as like how successful this was going
Yeah.
to be. So I was like,
100%
Quinn is
nailed
now
it.
one of the most famous people in this
He
region,
is
if not the
most
continent.
famous person.
Right. So that's how that. That's how that
Amazing.
happened,
Yeah.
Just amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my friend.
I mean, I'm gonna.
Right.
You know, I would like to find Quinn. Usually, whenever like one of us has been away from the other for too long, he's always the first one I want to catch up with because I
Yeah.
know he'll give me a take.
Yes, and Quinn is easy to find
Okay.
because, well, Quinn, it has become impossible for you to get any decent amount of privacy without somebody from one of the local gossip papers or one of your many admirers, one of many of various species and genders trying to get into your pants.
Go on.
One of any number of genders or species succeeding at getting into your pants.
Go on.
One of several different members of various groups who stole several pairs of your pants
That's fun.
and underpants.
Interesting. Okay.
It's been a very rough time.
I haven't had much use for pants or underpants.
So I guess
Yes. So he's pretty easy to find. Just work your way through the paparazzi.
okay. Where are you now, Quinn?
I am. What is it? About like high noon.
High fucking noon.
High noon.
As opposed to low noon.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's 11 o'clock.
I
in the
would have said
afternoon.
11 o'clock in the afternoon, but no.
Okay.
Lord Captain Quinn Southwind sleeps till the crack of noon.
Yeah. So I have made my way down. I'm assuming we're staying at a tavern somewhere in town.
Inside of the enclave that's constructing the ship. It's the only place that can offer you any kind of privacy at all.
Okay.
And there's at least some token
I mean,
security
you
around
keep
there.
saying it as if I want this privacy, but okay, we'll go with that. So
Yeah.
It's been a couple months. I think, like at some point, even
You've
Quinn.
got to at least put up some
maybe-
token resistance.
maybe.
fatigued.
Well, I'm resisting through I'm strategically resisting.
Right.
You know how like you know
To make yourself appear more charismatic. Yeah.
You make yourself seem
Yes.
unattainable. So anyway, so I have made my way down to. I'm assuming there's some sort of bar area in the tavern.
Yes.
I have made my way down there. Obviously, my fans are already there waiting for
Yeah,
me.
it's probably a whole Quinn party in there
right.
now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I would say if he's walking into that moment, I am sitting at the head of the bar. I am jovially having conversation with the bar owner, the owner of the Enclave. He is, I would assume, enthralled by the amount of business I've brought him. And so most of my drinks, I would assume, are free.
You know what? I'm not sure what I want it to mean yet when I rolled a natural one on that one.
Did you roll the natural one, or is that a natural one on me? Because I
On
didn't
him.
roll any.
On probably
Maybe,
on
like,
the
they're
bartender,
now-
right?
You know what? Let's make it that the bartender rolled a natural one, and yes, you are getting all of your drinks for free.
Cool.
It's somewhere along the way. This went from the canteen, for the Omega Project scientists, to somewhere between there and a craft services table for the zoo, circus, whatever that is following you around now.
Are there bagels?
Of course, there are bagels.
They're
It's a
all
craft
eating
services
bagels.
table.
So many bagels.
I would say I'm surrounded by a good handful of people. And I am regaling them with one of my many stories
Yes.
of heroism. And
I'm gonna I'm actually gonna float Slim Shady over to him because it's probably gonna be easier for her to get to him than for me to get through this crowd. And I'm going to speak through her mouth, right? It's my voice coming out of this little dragon's, like pseudo dragon's mouth. It's like, hey, buddy, can we talk? I miss you.
Aw.
My heart. It's melting.
So I my response is, please make an appointment with my secretary.
Yeah, that's a hard no.
I'll be with you when I can.
You recognize Slim Shady,
Wow.
and you.
He secretaries me?
Well,
Yeah.
Let's,
yeah.
okay,
It's
let me
gone
put
to
it,
his head,
let me put
clearly.
it this way.
That's fucking
Let me put it this
shitty.
way. Hold on. My perception of the moment is not quite what it should be. In the sense that
fame turns you
I
into
am
a real piece of
assuming-
shit.
I'm assuming this voice is coming from the crowd of people.
Who does Quinn believe is his secretary? Because you have several options.
Oh man.
No.
I feel like it would be most
No.
hilarious if he just assumed Paradell was, and Paradell is not having it.
Actually,
I'm into it.
What about
Phil? What about
what about our stooge?
Hedrick?
No.
That's a great idea.
We still have the
Yeah.
stooge.
Still Bert.
we still have the.
The
Oh
bond
my
company's-
god!
Make him the
We do
secretary.
Of course it's Dilbertrum, and Dilbertrum
So-
is having none of it.
That's not his name.
Dilbertrum is my secretary.
Like I'm not here.
Perfect.
Dilbertrum is my secretary, and I have long since stopped pretending he is not there.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Long since.
Okay.
He's
his
also your
chagrin.
golfer, and
He has never once even actually so much as pretended to be your secretary.
So after I say, please, he says the thing about the secretary, and he goes, Dilbert man, where are you?
Can we make it like a thing where you keep on referring to like your date book or your Rolodex that Dilbertram is supposed to be keeping track of, and he's like, I've never obtained these things, I've never bought these things, I don't want to.
I don't work
it's
for
not
you."
my job.
No.
And like all that just goes
So-
right over
so-
your head. And
so-
you're like,
yeah.
yes, okay, you haven't got them yet. So what is my date next week?
It cuts to an aside where Dilbertrum is just talking to the camera like one of those takes in The Office. I burned his Rolodex 2 weeks ago.
Oh no. It's gonna make his
So,
job so hard.
I continuously, because I've forgotten I've already bought him the Rolodex, I continuously buy him a Rolodex every, let's say, 2.5 weeks. I just leave
plural?
it. I just leave it in front of his door the morning that I.
What is
I
the
buy it.
plural for Rolodex? Is it like Rolodices?
Rolodie.
I want to say Rolodices.
It's definitely Rolodexers, but
No, I'm gonna say
If it's Rolodie,
it's
that's
Rolodices.
hilarious.
It's Rolodices.
Rolodices.
Yeah,
Rolodos.
like index. like an
no,
index
that's a
is
delicious
an,
candy.
Right.
an index is indices.
Right. That's
yeah.
why I want one.
Rolodex.
Yeah.
Rolodices.
Yeah. Rolodices.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I've bought him numerous Rolodices.
I really love how we.
And he's lucky I went out and bought them myself.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, I'm gonna. After being snubbed by Quinn, I'm gonna actually find Jarrell,
Aww.
and I'm gonna ask Jarrell if I could stand on his shoulders. Jarrell, hey, bud. Hey, is he in the? You in the crowd? Right? Are you here? You're eating- are
Felix,
you
it's
eating-
great to see you. I'm walking over. I have a bagel in each hand.
Hey, bud, can you get Quinn's attention?
Sure. I hand Felix a half-eaten bagel.
Do you finish it?
You assholes. Okay. I'm gonna throw away the bagel.
You're just gonna toss it?
It's a half eat.
That was a perfectly good bagel.
I don't want your mouth stuff on it.
Jarrell,
Jarrell.
as you're saying this, he picks you up and like puts you on his shoulder, and just walks you over.
I
to
didn't
Quinn.
ask for this. I just said get Quinn's attention.
He walks you over to Quinn.
God,
No, you literally asked to get on his
you did.
shoulders.
I did before. Yeah, and then I
Regretted it after being handed a perfectly good bagel.
I backpedaled
Was
quite
it
a bit
toasted?
from there.
Of course.
What kind of bagel?
It's half eaten.
Did it have
Everything.
butter
Everything
or
bagel.
cream cheese?
Cream cheese.
Both.
I imagine they have some smoked
This is
salmon.
making your situation worse.
I mean, it's not
I'm
for
sure they do.
me.
It's Quinn's craft table.
It even had Quinn's signature on it.
Wait, we're like on the bagel?
Yeah.
It's part of the press they use.
I took a quill and I heated it, and so the toast marks are actually my signature.
I imagine somebody else has to copy your signature onto
Oh, yeah.
all of your bagels before you'll eat.
There's actually a press now that
That's
they
what I was
just
thinking. Yeah.
This
All
is-
right, now this has gotten silly and absurd.
Yeah.
It was actually Paradil who created the iron that.
Oh my God, this is absurd.
Yeah, we've gone to a weird place where we now have an official Quinn Southwind bagel press. I'm not sure if bagel press is even really a thing.
Not really, no.
It is now.
That's just
All
a
right.
bagel toaster,
Right.
but like
It
the wires
burns.
are
Yeah.
folded and
Right.
twisted in a way to replicate your
Right.
signature.
Yes.
So,
So yeah,
Thank
just
you.
checking it a
You're
little
welcome.
bit back, we have got a Jarrell with a Felix on his shoulder approaching Quinn.
I'm gonna at least get comfortable on his shoulder because like I don't really want to be slung over it like I'm like
No.
some
Yeah.
I
unconscious
don't hold
corpse.
you like I hold Mort.
Can I just be sitting on your shoulder? Is like sitting on your shoulder
Yeah,
acceptable?
I'm picturing like Pikachu.
That's great. And it'd be like Quinn, like, buddy, like we.
Oh,
Look who I found.
Phineas.
This fucking.
It's been like 2 months.
And he turns to the barkeeper, the bar owner, and he says, "This is my best buddy, Phineas."
Does that mean that Felix's name is incorrectly listed as Phineas in all your stories?
Ask me again later. I don't remember.
I'm going to take advantage of the fact that he used the wrong name.
All right.
Right, I'm kind of like like almost like I'm fixing my face or just kind of putting my head down for a second, like I'm
Yeah.
stroking some facial hair. I'm going to make my mustache grow like through polymorph, right?
All right.
Probably about like another like 2 or 3 inches longer and curl it,
Okay.
and only have like a pointed like tiny little pointed like goatee at the bottom, and change my hair color to
Green.
green.
All right.
Green hair.
Facial hair.
That's really creepy when you do that.
And this is Phineas. Did you say?
Sure. Now I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. And I'm gonna give him like the wink. You know, like our wink.
You have a wing?
The wink.
I wasn't aware of that. But
You know, like our look, our wink. You know what I'm talking about? I can't believe you don't know this.
Now, Felix is sitting on Jarrell's shoulder, so Jarrell's gonna say, Quinn, how could you not remember Felix?
Oh, right, Felix. Sorry.
Oh, right. I'm gonna shake my head and I look like Felix again. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, don't do the green thing. It doesn't work for you. He takes you around the neck and he just kind of like gives you like a little like noogie.
Oh, I immediately spot your hand. Wait, you don't put your. Wait a minute. Some kind of toy to you, Quinn?
No, you're.
Has the fame gotten to your head? You're just gonna throw me around? Not even gonna properly address me? You're gonna snub me and tell me to go see the Stooge?
When did I do that?
You just did!
When?
You know,
Jarrell's gonna put Felix down, so like
I would
Felix can
never
like
do
walk
that.
like tough guy up.
are there stairs at this bar for me to get up a little higher?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the sort of bar that serves all sorts of different size people.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
And I need to like, I want to get to eye level with Quinn.
Yeah.
Even if I have to use something to assist me to
Yeah.
do that, and I'd be like, dude, first of all, this is a zoo. This is an absolute zoo.
Isn't it? It's great.
And like there's like don't get like lost in this shit, man. Like there's like bad shit's still happening out there. And like we gotta do things.
We have an airship now.
I saw. Yeah, I was there.
We can go anywhere and do anything.
Reading Rainbow.
Are you like?
Take a look.
Have you not made eye contact with me this entire time?
Oh no, I was just making eye contact.
Oh, okay, because
I
you're
just
like looking
broke
up into the
eye
distance.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm dramatically. I am the most famous person, and I'm a great storyteller.
Uh huh.
So I am dramatic as fuck.
Are any of your books here, like in the store for sale or whatever?
That's a great idea.
Oh my god.
I didn't even think to write a book. Jarrell,
You did
amazing.
write a book.
You must have like made a collection of your short stories. Somebody has, right?
I will.
At least all of the things you put in those bottles.
No, I'm literally
someone
going to do it.
has-
I'm really going to
some-
write this book.
Yeah. Well, somebody has been taking the collected letters of Lord Captain Quinn Southwind and is kind of making
Dilbertram.
collected editions of them and selling. Yes, Dilbertram has been selling them on the side. That's his side hustle.
Has he really?
Yes.
Oh,
How much is he
I can't
making?
believe.
dick.
No, there's no way he's
wouldn't
actually
do
been doing
that.
he's too innocent.
I think it's him, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's really him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he thinks it's him.
You know, yeah, I like that one better.
I
do
really,
kinda like how
really
things
want
are.
Dilbertram to be sort of like the just like the.
He wants nothing to do with us whatsoever.
He is the moral heart that this party keeps shitting on. I just want to personify
But
it.
the thing
Yeah.
is, the biggest thing is that Quinn wrote these books from his own perspective, while Dilbertram is keeping an honest record of everything he's seen in the
He-
few months that he's
Correct.
been with.
He has yet to write a book, but he has been obviously writing the stories.
Right.
So I think this idea of the compilation of the stories is a genius idea. And
Well, one's Quinn's version and one's the truth.
That's perfect.
Years from now, I'm flash forwarding like about a generation in the future. Someone who calls themselves the archivist is selling a book that has two parts. The first part is the collected letters of Lord Captain Quinn Southwind. The second part of the book is the actual real world account from Dilbertram, packed into an omnibus edition.
I think that's genius. And it's not even Dilbertram that sells it or does anything with it. It's literally found
Public record.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like after his
yeah.
death, it's just there. And they're like, oh, this is what really happened? But meanwhile, we're both dead and gone by then.
Yeah,
Right.
and it's been compiled by someone who calls himself the archivist.
I love
this
it.
is about a generation in the future. Maybe it comes up later. Take notes, folks. This could be on the test.
Okay.
I really like the gag that Quinn thinks that Dilbertram is
Is his
doing all this
personal
thing
assistant.
for him,
Yeah.
Right.
but
I love
Dilbertram keeps saying,
Nothing.
"No, I'm not doing this.
He's
Those things
literally-
that you think I've done, I've not done. You're just lucky, I guess.
But somebody,
Go fuck yourself."
somebody is probably making money off of your book.
I don't think now, no. I think eventually, yes.
It sounds like Dave said that there's already
It's-
somebody who's
it's getting
compiled
there.
them. and
People
is
are
making-
getting the letters together. That's kind of how this thing is
Right.
circling around.
So there's yellow journalism happening
Uh-huh.
from
Yeah.
these scrolls that have been found.
Yeah.
That they don't know necessarily have been written by me exactly, but are just accounts of what I have done. And so they have now created these stories to sell in these newsletters, newspapers, whatever, which are now going to be compiled as the heroic stories of
Right.
Lord Captain Quinn.
Yeah,
The
and it's
weekly edition.
cycling as these little stories around
So it's
the
gonna
people.
develop.
Yeah.
It's becoming episodic. It's kind of
Currently
like,
Penny Dreadfuls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was even thinking going further back, Gargantua and Pantagruel, like
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
This is great. This is more than I could have ever asked for.
All right.
Great.
So these things are going on. So you've had your little meeting there, and that's kind of gone on. Other news that's cycling around, because I haven't quite made it through the news cycle.
What have you done, my friend?
Oh, we want to talk to me now.
I mean, I did not want to talk to you.
I feel like did I do something wrong to you, Quinn?
I am so confused.
I just feel like, when I last saw you, I feel like all this fame's gone to your head, man.
Well, I mean, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you're honest about it. So, like,
I mean, yeah, I'm an honest guy.
so I'm not sure if you noticed, like, during. Just don't even make that face. Like, I feel like Quinn even winces as he says that.
Well, unlike Quinn, Mike has some shame.
Right. I say, but did you see that Frankie Wild is playing here in town? I mean, I'm not sure if you noticed through all your stuff.
No. Well, sort of. It's Frankie Wild and the Wild Bunch. Mine is Frankie Wild.
Special guest.
It was special guest Frankie Wild. So, yes,
Yeah.
I did notice that.
Yeah,
Mort has tickets.
we left them at the keep.
Why are they here?
That's a great question, and I'd like to know if it's just Frankie or if it's everyone else.
Well, you know Frankie. He just gets on his whims and he just does whatever he thinks is just amazing and wonderful.
Yeah, that's
and-
the problem, Quinn. Like, I'm not. This is a problem.
Jarrell walks over with yet another bagel and says, "Oh, I sent for them a while ago." And he bites into the bagel. Like he wrote to.
Right. Well, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have not, as a group, none of you have heard anything about the arrival of
The interns.
The interns.
I'm only seeing Frankie Wild
Yeah.
being built.
The other thing you have heard, but no one's really put it together, is there were rumors of a plague ship being detained in the port about a day ago.
Wait, what ships?
A plague,
plague
ship.
ship.
Plague ship.
A plague.
A ship of
And
plague.
like a plague ship was quarantined in the harbor yesterday.
Oh
There's
God.
a plague on that ship.
Is it? How,
Can
how-
Jarrell roll an insight
Oh.
on that?
Did you just catch on?
Just because you guys get news doesn't mean it's reliable news.
Right.
I think Jarrell. Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, didn't we
Yeah.
learn anything from my stories?
I'm gonna roll an insight on that. 2. You can always count on that for my perception roll.
I mean, that sounds terrifying.
The only other major rumor going around is that Angus Core is rumored to have left the Grey Citadel heading west about a week
shit.
ago.
Oh shit.
Oh, cool.
Is it?
Yeah.
Jarrell's not.
I don't know. Is it?
Plot wise, yeah.
So I
The
think
Dragonport is to the west of the Grey Citadel, isn't it?
Yes,
it is. Yes, it is.
How about that? So just because we've covered just about everybody else, Paradil, what are you doing right now?
Playing hopscotch.
Nice.
Where are you playing hopscotch?
I don't know, in the basement.
Sounds good. Hopscotch in the basement.
Wait, where are we on the airship?
No.
The airship doesn't have a basement.
And who plays hopscotch in a basement?
Creepy dude.
It's Pee-wee's bike is down there.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's the
Oh,
Alamo.
Lord.
Never mind.
Where am I? In the inn?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably in the inn, whether you're in your room or the basement or.
The basement of the inn playing hopscotch by
Yeah,
yourself.
played. Yeah, I'm in the inn, in the basement, smoking reefer, and playing hopscotch by myself.
Okay, so Paradil is living his best life.
Yep.
Yeah, I found like a record player or something down there, some way to play my tunes, and that's what I'm doing.
Are you just blasting
Nice.
Frankie Wild too, like everybody else in town?
No, I don't think Paradil's not really a Frankie Wild and the Wild Bunch minus Frankie Wild with special guest Frankie Wild fan. So I think he found some like cylinders of, some analogous classical music in this universe, or
The orc.
something like weird ragtime.
Frankie Wild
yeah,
solo
sure.
album.
No.
No.
Paradil's not a mass market music kind of dude.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But mostly I'm getting stoned and playing hopscotch and listening to my tunes at a reasonable volume, not blasting anything.
In the basement?
Yeah, in the basement.
Paradil is living his best life
Yeah.
right now.
Right. That's, I mean,
Like-
listen, wherever, wherever.
Aren't
I
we
need my
all?
alone time.
That's, that's fair.
I'm not.
I feel like I've been driven to this because of like the maddening fame that Quinn now has, and Paradil like needs some alone time.
Gotcha.
Damn.
Fair enough.
So you got like the lava lamp and the bead curtains and
the whole fucking 9 yards, the whole kit and or caboodle.
Is the proprietor of this establishment even aware that he's just been like
We have an
Set up
agreement.
in the basement.
squatting down there?
No,
We have an agreement. We
Am's-
have similar musical tastes. He also shares a passion for hopscotch, so he's the only one that usually comes down and joins me.
I was thinking that he got through unnoticed with all of the circus, but no, I like that you've got a good arrangement with the inn owner.
Yeah, we have an agreement.
Yeah.
They're buds.
Yeah, and we smoke them together too.
There it
Buds,
is.
that is.
There it is. That is wonderful.
Just to clarify.
So we've got everyone more or less accounted for, but at the center of the action here, we've got Quinn surrounded by his throng of admirers.
I'm in the center of the action?
Don't count me as one of those just yet.
No, you are surrounding him, though, in that you are perched upon the shoulder of Lord Jarrell the
no,
Light.
he's on a seat.
he's on the-
Jarl's
yeah.
leaning on the bar next to him.
Yeah, I'm standing now on the.
Okay, so you're now standing on the bar, but you're all kind of in there, and then there's several hangers on sort of in orbit trying to get in on the conversation, but they're not as cool as the rest of you, so it doesn't quite work.
Yeah.
When the door to the canteen bangs open, you know, kind of how it does when someone kicks the door open to a Wild West tavern.
Right. Sure.
It wasn't that kind of door, but it sort of is now. And
The piano player stops. Everybody turns around.
yes, and a very
Lady gasps.
very frazzled man with long white hair busts in. His eyes are wide and wild. Like he is definitely very clearly disturbed about something.
Okay.
Scans the room real quick and books it over to where the three of you are.
Okay.
I was also thinking Rick and Morty, but
Right.
yeah, which is obviously.
I mean,
a
it's
bit of a-
Yeah,
right. There's a.
But it's more, this is a character that you as the players have met. And this is the same Dob Gelding who had talked to Frankie Wild and company earlier.
Okay. Okay.
He's a little wide-eyed, a little wild, definitely frazzled, and he looks like he has not slept at all.
And okay. We're just. I guess I'm going to address him. Be like, hey, guy. Like, what's wrong?
So, I need help, and it's the sort of help that only a group like the heroes of the Kingdom of Vesh can provide.
Okay. Let's hear
I
it.
have a little bit of an issue with security at an upcoming event of some magnitude.
Okay.
I'm sure you've heard that for one night only, Frankie Wild has returned as a guest for Frankie Wild and the Wild Bunch minus Frankie Wild.
We are not going to be security for Frankie Wild.
Well, you see, here's the problem. Is that a certain Angus Core has taken umbrage to people being a little more popular than him, and he's come to decide to disrupt this show by all means possible, and frankly, there aren't many people that I can hire who can stand toe-to-toe with them.
Frankly, wild.
Yeah.
Notice that.
Yeah. Well, you have my attention. Good.
Excellent.
Sir.
Does 10% of the gate have the rest of your attention?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about though? Like, I mean, if we're talking Angus Core here, you know, like everyone's gesturing to me in the background like, as I have this guy's attention. Like I'm like my eyes are like darting out. Everyone's like making like the thumbs up, so like go higher.
That just ain't gonna do it.
And I'm gonna say,
I'm imagining like a Price is Right scenario where they're just
Right.
like shouting, higher, 50%.
Oh, can you bring out like a magical wheel that you can spin to see what percentage we get?
I'm gonna
No.
say, how would you feel about 25%?
Okay,
Instead.
yeah, give me a persuasion on that.
I absolutely will do that.
You're already lowballing him.
Hold on.
And 25% of the gate just for security is outrageous.
No,
The
it's
show's not going to
no,
happen
it's
if we
not.
don't do security.
I mean, yeah, you got him by the balls, but he's still got to, pay everybody
So
else too.
This should be an advantage since we do have them by the ball.
No, not yet.
Now, is Angus Core pissed about Quinn being more popular or Frankie Wild being more popular?
Yeah.
This is a question. Yeah.
What is scary is that if Frankie Wild is the one he's worried
Wild?
about, wait till he finds out about how popular I am.
Well, Okay, so you're familiar with
Yes, I
the
am a good
phrase, you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar, right?
Yeah.
Angus Core understands the truth of the world, and that truth is this, that nothing gathers more flies than a big steaming pile of shit. And that's what he's going to do. He is going to take a big metaphorical shit on the biggest event he can get his hands on.
And probably a big literal shit.
Did you come up with that yourself?
I've been carrying that one for a few years.
That's
now.
great. That's a great big shit to keep in your back pocket.
I eat it in pieces for breakfast.
Yeah.
Well, so my persuasion was a 15.
Okay.
So let's start there.
All right. And we are going
Am
to...
I in this room?
No.
Yeah, I don't think you are.
You're honking in the streets.
We've been over this.
Your persuasion works. And Dob Gelding says, yes, I can do 25%. Can't do any more than that. I do have to pay the talent.
I understand. I just
And
figured that'd be fair. I mean, listen to your You have Lord Captain Quinn Southwood on the team.
Exactly.
mean,
That's the
I'm
sort of
exploiting
thing.
his fame
Yes,
now.
having Lord Captain Quinn Southwind just might keep my insurance adjusters at bay.
That sounds good. Well, we have a deal. When's the show?
Tonight.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's get our stuff together, guys. Right, and let's go and figure out what the hell is going on over at the venue.
Well, Jarrell will walk down to the basement. Paradil, you down here still?
Yeah, man. What's up?
Quinn seems to have found us another gig.
Yeah. Cool, man.
You're smoking far too much down here. And Jarrell like puffs
That's like-
smoke away from his face.
That's like your opinion, man.
He got some good scrolls of calm emotions there.
Scrolls of calm emotions all over the place down here.
Are you ready for a fight or not?
Yeah. Give me like half an hour.
Okay. And Jarrell will sit and light some incense. Just hanging out with Paradil in the basement.
All Paradell does within that half hour is like finish up his hopscotch games. Actually, now he has like two other. He has like the innkeeper and like two other people. He's like the Bobby Fischer of hopscotch. He's like playing 3 or 4 games at once down here.
Oh damn.
Oh, and I did want to ask, because how long did we say the incubation for the dragons was?
We didn't.
We didn't set a time frame for incubation?
We did an unknown.
Okay. But it's been 3 months.
Roughly. No, it's been about
Yeah.
2 months.
And
It's
they've
been
been
about
seasons,
2 months of gestation period that is as long as I feel is dramatically appropriate.
Right.
Sounds good.
Does Jarrell smoke any of the sweet, sweet reefer?
No.
Does he get a contact high?
Jarrell, have you entered the room?
I hung out with him for a half an hour while he played hopscotch.
Okay,
Against 3
fantastic.
other
I would
people.
like you to make we're going to call this a Constitution saving throw.
There it is.
I was wondering about this.
19.
Damn it.
19. Okay. You're operating at -1 intelligence for the next hour.
Oh, that sounds like normal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's strong shit.
Yeah. Like, you're handling it well. You haven't greened out or anything like that. You've mostly got your faculties, but everything's a little smoother.
Yeah. It's been hot box in the basement with Paradil.
Yeah.
Oh god.
You may want to grab, actually, you feel the compulsion to grab another bagel on your way out.
There it is.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do we have somewhere where like private we can chat?
No.
Okay. Cool.
How about the basement?
Are you kidding me?
Are we about to blow up Paradil's spot? I think
Come on. I set this up perfectly.
Nobody has summoned me yet, so I have no idea. I'm
yeah.
still out in the street.
No, in fact, that's where you roll in like Kramer busting through the door and totally non sequitur. You mean like the basement? There's no way he could have been involved in that conversation.
Oh, right.
That's how Morn enters every room.
I love it.
Just in case it's applicable.
Yeah.
honk. Right.
Honk.
Yeah. Let's.
You mean like the basement?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? We're ordering food.
Yeah. Let's go blow up Paradil's spot, I guess.
All right.
Paradil, do you consent to having your spot blown up here?
I mean,
What
he
happens?
doesn't have a choice.
I mean, what happens?
I mean, I'm just
Kick
gonna
all the
walk down the stairs.
hopscotchers
and be like,
Really, people just go downstairs and you have your dark vision meeting in a smoky basement.
I mean,
Right.
Jarrell's already down there,
Yep.
so it's like I
hanging out for a while.
assumed the rest of the gang would follow
How do
because
I
they want some
prevent-
sweet reefer.
Hobbits are
How do I
too fun
prevent
there.
people from following me?
Shut the door behind you.
Yeah.
Lock it.
Twice.
There's a lock?
Sure.
Don't you have greater invisibility?
I'm not wasting that on this.
Why not?
well, you don't. I can give us like regular invisibility.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Are you into it?
Great.
Am I into it?
Yeah.
Are you a
willing?
willing
It's all
creature?
invisible.
Are
I
you
mean,
a
it's-
consenting creature?
It's the only way I'm going to get rid of them.
Okay, cool. Hold on one second. I'm gonna on our way to the basement, shove Quinn and like we're gonna like run into the restroom, right? I'm gonna like throw him into like a stall or something like that, and just like
jeez.
as I'm doing it, cast invisibility and on myself too.
All right.
You don't have to be so rough about it.
Sorry, I just like I wanted to make it look like like there was like a thing and we just disappeared. So let's go to the basement now.
I mean, I didn't dislike it, but you didn't. You could have been a little gentler.
I feel like if I tell you these things ahead of time, like it's just better to like just.
Oh yes, you're very good at not telling me things.
You guys are
ahead of
having
time.
like the most painful fucking conversations so far. They're just like so labyrinthine, just fucking so
that's
tedious.
that's how we are with each other all the time.
Oh my god, I hate it.
It's the best, man.
So let's go check out our buddy and like let's figure this out.
Let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the 5 of you have entered the basement. Has anyone thought to so much as check on Hoblet?
Not yet.
No.
We've learned that it's best to just leave him to his own devices,
Let Hoblet do Hoblet, you know?
and he'll show up when we need him. That's all. I don't.
First rule of Hoblet: you don't talk about Hoblet.
Right.
Fair enough. Okay, good. Now I've covered it for our audience who was undoubtedly asking the question.
Oh yeah, I forgot we didn't say that in the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
When
Well,
everybody,
we left it off at the end of the last episode, like what he's been doing.
Yeah, true.
when everybody gets down to the basement, Paradil's like stopped the hopscotch games and he's like really into this moment and whatever magical scroll or wheel device is playing the music, and he's like, listen to this part, man, this is where it really hits the climax, man. And it's just musical
Yeah.
Telduria ragtime nonsense.
Sure.
Gerald's just sitting there. Paradil, this song is awesome.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh man. Guys, hey, focus up.
Oh, hey,
All
what's
right.
up?
Did you clap twice?
Yeah, I did.
Hey guys.
Are you still wearing? It's been
No,
2
I'm not
months,
wearing it
guys.
anymore.
I mean, I see Mort now.
Right.
Yes.
What is he wearing?
Oh, it's just a giant unpopped bag of Orville Redenbacher, and the only thing sticking out of the top is my head, and out of the bottom are my feet. And every time I get nervous or excited, and I get a little bit hot,
It inflates.
it starts inflating and popping and filling up.
And getting your body inside just a little more buttery.
Wow.
The detail we didn't want, but definitely needed.
The most absurd thing.
When you start off your day in that suit, the butter is congealed. It's
Oh,
nice and
yeah.
it's nice and hard. But as you get more excited throughout the day, that melts a little by little.
As I keep getting excited, yeah, anything that'll make me nervous or like angry or anything, just out here.
Oh my god!
Right now it's fully unpopped.
Okay, good. All right, I need to make sure that I.
Wow.
Write this down.
Yes.
Mort takes like one hit from the
Jesus.
marijuana cigarette, and you hear just like a little.
You hear one kernel really just pop.
It's an alternative cigarette.
Or a jazz cigarette is what I like to call it.
Scrolls of calm emotions.
Yeah, right. Scrolls of calm emotions.
We're smoking a reefer through a marijuana cigarette. That's what I'm saying.
That'll work too.
All right. So you guys have congregated down here. You are appreciating the arts and appreciating the odors and
I'm trying to get these
appreciating
guys to focus up.
fashion.
We're
Yes.
getting focused.
Yeah. So yes, you called for everyone to focus up, and hopefully you guys do, so we can move on with the plot a little bit. here.
Right.
Ooh.
Do I have everyone's attention? At least, like, do you guys actually respond? Like,
Yeah.
or like look at me when I clap?
Yes.
Just curious. Okay. Okay. Guys, we have to do like Paradol. We're in charge of security at Frankie
up?
Wilde's concert.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Mort, did you hear that?
Honk.
Okay, so I think Mort's on board. We like how do we like? Are you guys ready? Like, hi, missed you. It's good to see you.
I was born ready.
I have been waiting for this moment my entire life,
Hold on.
which is also my favorite Frankie Wild song.
Well, now no, that's a different band.
Yeah.
He covered it.
Wrongly attributed to Frankie Wild and the Wild Bunch minus Frankie Wild.
With
Special guest Frankie Wilde.
Well, it's just tonight.
Well,
Yeah, it's right. You're right.
But yeah, okay. So Paradol just now realizes that he has not seen Felix in like something like half a year or longer.
It's
shorter.
It's been
Like 4 months.
It's been a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 months.
He goes, oh man, Felix, you want to hit this?
Maybe we're about to do security for a concert. Like, hey,
All right.
like,
Oh
focus
yeah, you
up.
said that. All right,
There's a time and a place, man.
let me go take a cold shower and let's suit up.
That sounds good.
All right, so everyone takes let's call it a 2-hour short rest to short rest it up if you need to, and get anything you need together before you have to report to the Tarantine Theater.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean it could have been the Truncheon Theater, but that's really just more of a club.
Okay.
So we
the
go to the
Macarena?
theater
Aye.
before everybody starts showing up. Obviously,
Yes. Yep, you are there before everybody else.
Okay. And I guess we enter into the theater.
So you enter into the theater and you see the space as it was described to the interns.
yep.
It is a large, relatively round space, and we're talking. You could probably pack several thousand people into here. It's standing room only,
That's right.
and the stage is at the far end.
Is there
It's a
anybody
round
in-
room, but
Is there anybody in the room right now?
right now it's empty aside from a few sound technicians, some facility staff. A even more frazzled looking Dob Gelding is running around from place to place trying to check on things and make sure everything is where it needs to be. And you do see him near the stage as you guys enter through the main doors.
Great. I love kind of placing these types of situations in fantasy settings because, like, I only imagine what, like, like audio technicians look like at like a weird, like, undetermined era like concert.
Yeah.
The same.
There's lots of trickery involved. It's sort of some of the same principles they used at the big dance party in Tarantus there with the like automata chorus,
Yeah. Okay.
like stuff like that.
And just a bunch of union stagehands just
Yeah.
frantically putting stuff together.
Right.
So now, I mean, we've kind of said before that Jarrell's done security before, but it's mostly just like protecting one individual person.
Yeah.
Is that the intent here? And I guess Jarrell will ask, are we just supposed to follow him around all night?
We're supposed to make sure that Angus Core doesn't fuck up everything.
So we're backstage, correct?
Yeah, I think we're pretty much everywhere, man.
I think
And Jarrell wants to roll a history check to see if he would know how to best, in this situation, having done security before, keep Frankie Wild safe.
all right, yeah, do a history check cuz this that sounds like a really reasonable request.
15.
A 15. Okay. You know enough about the military tactics of defending a building and defending parts of a building, like in an open area.
Right.
You might want some people, front of the stage. You're gonna want, maybe one or two people's presence at the doors in
So like
the back.
we're
the
so like we're
backstage
spread out around the
doors.
room. Yeah.
Do we have any other gods with us?
Guards.
Yeah, there's the normal security staff for the show that are still there.
How many
We're
are there?
gonna call this for thousands, we're probably gonna want about 20 mooks that you guys have access to.
More cast mirror image.
Great.
It's still It's
that
still
happen 4
2
times over?
hours to
Yeah, it does.
showtime right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So-
with my 15 history for security, Jarl would like to position them as he's like. I guess they should just be all at the doors, a bunch
Yeah.
in front of the stage, and we're
Yeah.
going to be backstage.
Yeah, we'll kind of figure out our positions. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can hang out backstage if you want.
Right. Okay.
All right. So I'll just sort of note that as sort of what we've got going on for the setup. Is there anything else you guys are trying to do in the prep hours here?
Um,
I'm trying to find Frankie Wild's
Dressing room.
his dressing room. Yeah, the green room, wherever he's.
Okay.
hanging in.
I would like you to make a perception check as you're walking through the back hallways.
Natural one.
A natural 1. Okay. There's a lot going on. Yeah, there's just a lot going on back here. You're kind of overwhelmed by all the hubbub and the hustle and bustle.
Jarl was.
Yeah. And
Inflating.
the wild
inflating.
bunch are in a room talking, but you cannot hear them over the sound of your popping.
Okay.
Oh my god.
wow.
Are there people starting to come into the
Yeah, after
seating
I've given
area?
you kind of the an opportunity to do stuff, yeah, now we've moved on to people are filtering into the building.
I am literally greeting people as they walk in.
Okay.
Of course he is.
taking pictograms. How there's not photography, but
No.
something similar to
Yeah.
some sort of recorded picture
You have like a.
of me and my wonderful fans.
I think you have a guy.
What's the
You have a
caricature?
guy.
What's like what a
Double
caricature?
drum.
Somebody
You have
drawing
someone who does
caricatures
like
of
little
you
like
two
handheld
together.
like 3x5 caricatures of you.
Delivered man.
Yeah.
can sell them.
In fact, no. You could probably have someone using some kind of minor illusion to put an image of that onto a canvas.
That's true.
That's
or like
cool.
a police sketch artist because
Yeah.
we know enough of those too, right?
Yeah. Sadly, yes, we do. So that's going on at the front. Now I imagine you're pulling double duty, glad handing and keeping an eye open, maybe.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Okay.
my perception is all right.
All right.
And Paradil, I feel like he wants to post up high. He's trying to get a bird's eye view, maybe
Yeah.
above the wherever is the sound station,
Sounds
sound
good.
guy station.
Yeah, is there an
What do you
upper
call
level
that?
to this?
What do you call that?
I mean, there's a
Yeah,
booth.
there's a
Sound booth.
there's a catwalk around.
There's usually
the
there's
outside near
what
the
I'm
scene.
imagining is like the sound guy booth being like center of crowd and like being
Yeah, there's a
there's
pole that goes
mast
up the
above
middle.
that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
And he's posted up just center of crowd, and there are wires expanding radially outwards. from this. So if he sees like something going awry anywhere in the perimeter, he can just like pick the wire and zip down.
Batman
I like
down.
it. That sounds awesome. So
Okay.
we are going to put Paradil.
I want to be with Paradil because I know that he's been smoking those scrolls of calm emotion, and I want to make sure that he has supervision.
Okay, is on.
And
Dude,
also,
I've
he's
got
my
supervision, man.
right. See, exactly, and he's like one of my, one of my close friends. So I'm gonna make sure he doesn't die.
Also, this is a couple hours later. I'm pretty straight.
That's good.
I don't smoke on the job. I'm a
Oh,
pro.
that's good. I'm proud of you.
I'm a pro.
Okay, well, I'm still gonna hang out with you because you're my bud.
Yeah.
Okay, Mort,
More
what
than
are
welcome
you
in
doing?
my crow's nest.
Sorry.
I don't find him.
Yeah, he's
No,
he was
you
trying to
are.
look
You know
for-
what? You are near the green room.
Near the green room, but not at the green room.
Because you can't find it.
And you're popping.
And I'm popping, and I know I'm popping. I know I'm getting hot, and I don't want to fully fill up. So I'm just gonna walk to the entrance of the stage where Frankie Wild would be coming out. I just kind of want to patrol the
Hallways.
hallways of once he gets out of his room and has to walk to the stage.
Okay.
I want to be there.
Frankie Wild hasn't been seen and isn't here yet, by the way.
Okay.
Jarrell.
Do we know that? We do know that.
No.
Nobody has. Well, you know that you haven't seen him.
Okay.
You know that each of you have not seen him. Jarrell, you said you're backstage, right?
Yeah, so Jarrell is looking for the promoter
Okay.
because it's almost go time, and he needs to know where he's protecting his
Okay.
person.
Can I have you make a perception roll?
Sure. 14.
14. Okay. So one thing you have overheard is the Wild Bunch are really not thrilled, as they weren't told that Frankie was going to be playing with them until today.
Shocker.
Okay.
And they got rid of Frankie for a reason.
Yeah.
They're not fond of him.
So
And Frankie is nowhere to be found right now.
right. Is there like a door that he's supposed to come in through?
Yes. The people, his handlers, were given instructions to bring him in through the backstage right door.
Okay. So it's Hans and Jarrell
Okay.
are standing out on the other side of that door.
Okay, good. All right, so that's where everybody is. And now as we get closer to showtime, a few things happen. Does anyone have a passive perception above a 15?
No.
Okay. So the first thing everyone notices is as we get to showtime, the lights go down in the house. Everything gets dark. Everyone gets quiet. And now I would like everyone to make a straight perception check. Okay, so Paradil.
20.
20. All right, you definitely do. Jarrell, how about you?
8.
You do not.
Can I do it through Slim Shady?
Sure, you can use Slim Shady.
13.
13 doesn't quite do it. Quinn.
11.
11 doesn't do it. Mort.
16.
16. That does it. So Paradil and Mort, after the lights go down, you hear a ruckus from outside in what sounds somewhat like All I Do Is Win by DJ Khaled.
Oh, no.
And that's where we're going to end the episode here.
Oh my God.
Yes, that's where we're going to end the episode with furious popping coming from Mort's outfit.
Okay.
When
all
Mort
right.
gets excited, he's gonna pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot.
That's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen of our listening audience, if you like us, we can be found on the internet, and that's where it's popping. We're on Pop Facebook, Hapless Heroes Podcast. We're on Pop Twitter at Hapless Heroes Podcast.
Nope, just add Hapless Heroes.
At Hapless Heroes, sorry. We're on Reddit /r/pop Hapless Heroes Podcast, and all those things take you to the most poppinest place of all, our Discord server.
His shit's really popping in there.
It really, really is. And that's where we can be found and interacted with on a daily basis. And we've got all kinds of channels to discuss all sorts of things. A good spoiler tagged channel where we discuss recent episodes and anything from our cats to our real lives to
Hot takes on
whatever.
weird topics, yeah.
It's mainly hot takes on weird topics.
Is serialist.
Or weird takes on hot topics.
Sure.
Ooh.
Heyo.
Yeah. That,
Now, if you
Sure.
really, really like us, well, no, actually, just if you really like us, you can give us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice. We are on iTunes. We are on Google Play Music,
Stitcher, yeah.
Yeah, we're on
every
Stitcher.
major podcast aggregator.
Podbean, where
Yeah.
we're hosted. Shout out to Podbean.
Yeah.
And now, if you really, really like us, you can donate to our Patreon with such rewards as special colors and titles in our Discord server and access to our Patrons Lounge, where
Tasteful
we have.
nudes.
Well, first we've got outtakes, which are like tasteful nudes for your ears.
That's very true. He's
They
so
are
right.
amazing.
I'll also send you all of the like year-old popcorn I have in my pantry. I've never actually ate it. I'm not sure if it's still good, but if you want it,
At some undetermined
I'll send it
dollar
to
amount,
you.
you can have Massimo's old popcorn.
Or
All
you
of
could
it.
have a copy of James's Notebook in all of its
Ridiculousness.
strange, non sequitur glory.
And if you like us right now, you like us, Sally Field, and the whole deal, you need to have an emotionally scarring or physically impactful experience that turns you into a superhero. Like, for instance, maybe you listen to a podcast on a radioactive phone and you become podcast person.
Or your
And-
parents are murdered in an alleyway
By a
while
podcast.
listening to a podcast. By a podcast.
Right.
Probably ours.
And
Haven't recorded an episode that bad yet, but challenge accepted.
so you become podcast person, and you break into people's establishments where they're illegally not listening to our podcast, and you make them listen to us.
Yep. That was awesome. We missed you, by the way.
Because I think the thing about origin stories is that you're bitten by a radioactive spider. You still have the same mental faculties. I think not. I think you're going to make some very different decisions for the rest of your life. I think you're going to be a little touched.
With the Twitch.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our episode of the Hapless Heroes podcast for the evening. I'm going to outro our cast starting from my right as the one, the only, the gorgeous, the Morton Mac. We have Massimo.
I'm getting uncomfortable.
As Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind, we have Mike.
So nice to meet you. So nice to meet you. Oh, nice to meet you too. Would you like a picture? Come.
To his right, as the fabulous Felix Fizzlebottom, we have Francesco.
It's kind of a plan.
To his right, as Lord Jarrell the Light, we have John.
Until next time.
And to his right, we have Perida Lincolnwoods, played by Zach.
I can't wait till that popcorn bag pops open. And also, on a side note, are they large popcorn kernels, or is it just a bunch of little regular-sized popcorn kernels? I think I will have to wonder that for a while, unanswered.
And my name is Dave, and I've been your host and dungeon master for this evening. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
So nice to meet you. So nice to meet you. Oh, nice to meet you as well.
Shalom.
So nice to meet you.
Goodbye.